from PRX.
Hey everybody, this is a classic episode of Sleep With Me, and it covers a couple episodes of The Good Place. And I just want to give you a heads up, there's mentions of CLOW, like WNSs, the ones that, you know, with the red noses. So if any of that stuff might bother you, you might want to skip this classic episode of Sleep With Me. You know, this is an extra episode we started putting out a few years ago to better serve our audience, give you more selection, more content to bring you sleepy joy and delight and help you fall asleep. So there's plenty of stuff out there if you want to skip this one. If you love The Good Place, though, you'll know you know what I'm talking about anyway. And don't worry, it'll be extremely sleepy. So here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and friends beyond the binary, it's time for the podcaster who not only wonders if he's made this joke before, but he also wonders if he should call Carly Rae Jepsen, maybe. And wonders maybe, more than likely, he pronounced her name wrong. Yeah, maybe he should move on. And when did this podcast intro start making sense? As soon as it started. Because I'm here to help, because this is Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. All right, everybody, it's time to talk about tonight's sponsor, Helix Sleep. And I think it's time for you to take that Helix quiz. All you do is go to helixsleep.com/sleep. Take the quiz, and you'll get matched with a mattress that fits your sleep preferences, your sleep needs. What's going to help you get a good night's sleep? Because I can tell you from experience, I've spent all winter long snuggled in my Helix. I was so comfortable. I got to tell you, I love my Helix. And if you've been listening to this podcast on a regular basis, you know, Helix is the sponsor we've had the longest relationship with, because everybody deserves a mattress that feels comfortable to them, that helps them sleep. And maybe that's you. I don't know. Does your mattress do that for you? Well, that's why we work with Helix, because the Helix quiz matches you with the perfect mattress based on your personal preferences and sleep needs. It makes buying a mattress easy. Helix is award-winning, the most awarded mattress brand, tested and reviewed by experts like Forbes and Wired. There's free shipping and seamless delivery. Helix delivers a mattress right to your door with free shipping in the U.S. And there's the Happy with Helix guarantee. Rest easy with seamless returns and exchanges. The Happy with Helix guarantee offers a risk-free, customer-first experience designed to ensure you're completely satisfied with your new mattress. So get over there. I don't know what you're waiting for, honestly. You deserve a new bed. And you deserve seeing what Helix has in store for you. So go to helixsleep.com/sleep to see the latest offers for Sleep With Me listeners. That's helixsleep.com/sleep. Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. helixsleep.com/sleep. Thanks, everybody. Everybody, this is Scoots running through why people support the show. And maybe you're maybe you're similar to this person, right? So put yourself in their shoes, because maybe you're the person I'm counting on tonight. The show's counting on. And you're saying, yeah, I think Scooter has been trying to get through to me. I've been putting off supporting the show for a few years, but maybe I am the one. Because I remember what my bedtime was like, what the deep, dark night was like before Sleep With Me. I'll never forget what my bedtime was like before this show. And I don't want to go back there. It's finally sunk in that this show needs people like me to support the show back to exist. If I don't support the show or someone else doesn't support it for me, the podcast will be gone. So I'm going to go right now to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus and sign up and support the show. So I don't have to worry about that. And as soon as they do, I'll set up the bonus content later, but I'll support the show right now in this moment. sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. And then they feel this relief. Now I don't got to worry about it. Now I got access to all this great bonus content, ad-free episodes, story-only episodes. But my $60, my $120, my $7 a month has changed the entire future of the podcast for me and everybody else. Wow, that's relieving. So thank you to all the people that do that. And thank you for considering it tonight. Oh, Mystery Bard, a lot of people help out on the show. Who are they?
Posty Poster Son sounds like an earful. Wrote the theme song. Edits episodes too. Carl W. the Legend. Also edits episodes. Ashley, Kenny, Scotty, Jennifer. Runner. Eric and the team at Astound are on the website. I am the Mystery Bard. I do the lullabies, yeah. I do commissions at JonathanMann.net. I'll write a song for you. Any reason at all. You can tell me the story and I'll make it personal. You see the kindness shine straight on through when the listeners form their own Facebook group. Keith, Stacy, Sarah, Julie, and Jennifer. These are your moderators. Get support, dear Scooter, on Patreon. Buy the merch and support the sponsors. You can find anything you want at sleepwithmepodcast.com. And we're so proud that we could dance. Rusty Biscuit, Lois, Anna like banana. Leah does the transcripts.
Thanks, Mystery Bard. If you some of these messages rang true for you, but you're not in a position to financially support the show, let people know about the podcast. Give them your honest experience with the show, how you discovered it, how you like to listen, and how it helps. Spread the word, and let me know about it so I can say thanks. Send me a message through our website or on social media. That's a huge, huge way to help the show. You could still be a part of this thing and helping us keep it going just by letting somebody else know about the podcast. Thanks, and what do you say we get on with the show? Hey, you're up all night tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble getting to sleep, trouble staying asleep? Well, welcome. This is Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. We do with a bedtime story. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights, and press play. I'm going to do the rest. What I'm going to attempt to do is create a safe place where you could set aside whatever's keeping you awake, whether it's thoughts, feelings, physical sensations, things you're thinking about, things you're feeling, things you're experiencing. If you're on the road, or someone you care about's on the road, maybe you're missing your bae or your beau or your boo, or maybe you said boo-hoo-hoo recently, and you say, well, I'm having trouble getting to sleep. Whatever it is, your shift work, whatever, whatever it is, I'd like to help. Usually I do that, but those are all true things that could be keeping you up at night, and I'd like to keep you company. I'd like to distract you. I'd like to make best bedtime or best time. Maybe we'll talk about best time. I'm not sure what it is. I'll have to make it up in the next few minutes. But I'd like to make bedtime less of a chore, less of a rigmarole, in something you either say, well, it's not that bad. When I got Scoots, bedtime's not so bad. Or it's something you could actually look forward to and say, well, Scoots will goof around for a few minutes while I fall asleep. Whatever it is that's keeping me awake. I like the podcast because I know it's there for me. Now, if you're new, I'll just tell you right up front, give this podcast a few tries. It doesn't work for everybody, but for 99.9% of the people it's worked for, they say it takes 2 or 3 times before they say the first 2 or 3 times you're like, what is this noise? And they say, well, it's creaky dulcet tones because Scoots is trying to create a safe place. He's going to send his voice across the deep, dark night. He's going to use a lulling, soothing, an acquired lulling and soothing, creaky dulcet tones, pointless meanders. Those are also an acquired taste. Here's Sleep With Me. The only taste you acquire is while you're falling asleep. You say, well, I don't really acquire it, but I guess I do. You're not required to acquire. Sleep With Me, where stuff doesn't make any sense, but it still has taglines. I guess we kind of is there something called dequiring? Maybe that could be something we work on. What was that first thing I was going to talk about? Best time and dequiring. Maybe we'll talk about those. But if you're new, give it a few tries. See if it works. If you're new structurally, here's what to expect. Show starts off with a little bit of business. That's how we keep the podcast free and try to keep all our archives free. You can find all of that stuff. Go right to our website. You wonder who sponsored the show? Sleepwithmepodcast.com. It'll be right there. And you can check out the sponsors there. Then there's an intro. Intros are around 12 to 13 to 15 minutes of me trying to explain what the show is to new listeners, but in a way that makes regular listeners feel comfy and snuggle in, or give them something to listen to while they're brushing their teeth, while they're getting ready for bed, while they're cozying in, while they're pulling, maybe some people have 2 pairs of socks on, other people have 0 socks on, whatever it is. The intro gives you time to do that, or just to get in bed, turn out the lights and press play and get comfy, get to puff those pillows, pull up those covers. There's also like the mystery thing there's the mystery bard that does those lullabies, but sometimes my comforter does this mystery thing in my sheets. I mean, I guess it's when I don't make my bed in the morning. So maybe it's not a mystery. I guess mystery solved. Spoiler alert, I accidentally solved my own mystery. Yeah, but if I don't do that, and even if I get in bed and I say, apparently my bed looks fine, and then I go to pull up my sheet, and either my sheet is like, it doesn't come all the way up, or I get my sheet up there, then I start reading. That's the last stage of my bedtime routine, by the way. That's when you could press play. But I'll be reading, and I'll say, well, I got my fan blasting. Maybe time to pull up the old comforter. And then suddenly I said, well, it's only half length. How did my comforter slip into half length? They talk about... What was I talking about other than luxury problems? But that is a mystery. I say, what the heck happened? Hey, comforter, can you pull all the way up already? And then I'm testing a weighted blanket. So I got the weighted blanket down there. And, but this is some of the things I talk about in the intro, if you're new. And you say, well, this is kind of pointless. I say, yep, pointless meanders. You got it. Check, and check. Forgetfulness, because I already forgot. I think I was going to talk about best time. What do we call that? Defueling? No, it was something, not decoupling. I'm an expert at that, though. I'm an expert at non-coupling. Deflating. Deflating just doesn't sound very appealing. There's a lot of D's that are good, but there's one I said, why isn't there a D of that? I forgot, but let me finish with structure of the show. Then there's a bedtime story. After the intro is a bedtime story. Tonight we'll be talking about season 1, episode 3 and 4 of The Good Place. More about like the details in the show and stuff that came up that I noticed versus the plot or the jokes, which are the things you would want to watch the show for. This would be the stuff that you don't need to watch. The good place that's happening in the background. And you'd say, well, I would sleep through that if you were talking about it, Scoots. And I'd say, job done. Check. It's best time. It's time for you to get in bed, turn out the lights and press play. And for me to make bedtime less of a rigmarole. I was trying to remember. That's what best time is. Where I put on my, I try to do my best. Instead of my best, I take the T off because it's a little bit, you say best. It's less harsh. Always do your best. What are the ones when you're trying to remember, what are those chords or scales or something? No, all good boys do best, do their best, but I just do my best. To keep you company, to take your mind off of stuff. So this is weird. It's a podcast that you don't really need to listen to, which I think I already made reference to that. It's here to be your friend, your bore friend, your bore bae, your bore cuz, your bore sib, your bore bestie. I'm here, as Paul Bay says, he may, if I had a bay, it might be Paul Bay, but he says creaky meanders. Also, check out Paul's podcast, Big Loop, on Apple Podcasts or wherever you consume your podcasts. Where was I? I was trying to remember stuff I forgot. I forgot what we were going to do, but in some sense, the intro is me deconstructing the podcast. I'm the only person I tried to deconstruct it and reconstruct it, both unsuccessfully. But, it doesn't matter because you don't need to listen. No pressure to fall asleep. I'm going to be here for about an hour. I'm going to be here to keep you company. I'm going to be here to take your mind off stuff. I'm going to be here to be goofy but barely funny. Yeah, relatable, but forgettable. And to be your friend, because I've been there. That's the thing. I've been there, I've done it all, even in the past week. Woke up a couple hours before my alarm. Check. Woke up 10 minutes before my alarm and thought it was a couple hours, but then I said, oh boy, can't wait to get right back to sleep. Let me just double check what time it is. And it says, oh, your alarm's going off in 5 minutes. I said, oh, Mac, man. I don't know if I said, oh, Mac, but maybe I will start saying that. Oh, Mac. And whatever other ones. Like I said, I can't even manage my own bedding. You see, what kind of battles do you fight in your regular day-to-day life, Scooter? We're here with the betting report. I said, oh, well, good thing you picked the right person to interview. It's too bad you didn't interview me yesterday because I had a big mystery on my hands. Why my sheet and my comforter were different lengths, apparently. And I thought it was some sort of mystery. It probably conducted maybe an experiment, but it turns out I just didn't make my bed. Even shaking it out, the old person like me, even if I shake it out, my sheet and my comforter, my blanket, no, I don't have a blankie. I don't have anything against blankies. I just don't have a blankie. That's a good question. I don't know if I've ever had a blankie, but I was actually talking about a mystery, and it was solved by me just saying, maybe if I make my bed, it'll be less of a mystery. Anyway, excuse me. I hate to cut this interview short, but that's what happened. My sheet or my comforter was short, and mystery solved. I got to get back to this podcast intro. So I'm here to take the pressure off of bedtime, to keep you company. This podcast is definitely more than a little bit different. It's more than a little bit strange. It does grow on you. Or no, it grows near you. You don't have, it doesn't, I don't even grow anywhere near you. I'm in a speaker or a headphone. You could adjust the volume. You can set an all-night playlist. You could set a sleep timer for 30 minutes or an hour. But if you need me, I'll be here till the end. That's the mission of this podcast. Take your mind off of stuff. Be silly, but you don't need to listen. But I'll be here. I don't know if that makes any sense. And if you wake up, you can't get back to sleep, I'm here. I'm here to help. Give it a few tries. I really work hard, and I yearn and I strive to help you fall asleep. I want to thank you so much for coming by. And if you could listen for a few minutes, this is a couple ways we keep the show going before we get to the story. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots running through why people support the show. And maybe you're maybe you're similar to this person, right? So put yourself in their shoes, because maybe you're the person I'm counting on tonight. The show's counting on. And you're saying, yeah, I think Scooter has been trying to get through to me. I've been putting off supporting the show for a few years, but maybe I am the one, because I remember what my bedtime was like, what the deep, dark night was like before Sleep With Me. I'll never forget what my bedtime was like before this show, and I don't want to go back there. It's finally sunk in that this show needs people like me to support the show back to exist. If I don't support the show or someone else doesn't support it for me, the podcast will be gone. So I'm going to go right now to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus and sign up and support the show. So I don't have to worry about that. And as soon as they do, I'll set up the bonus content later, but I'll support the show right now in this moment. sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. And then they feel this relief. Now I don't got to worry about it. Now I got access to all this great bonus content, ad-free episodes, story-only episodes. But my $60, my $120, my $7 a month has changed the entire future of the podcast for me and everybody else. Wow, that's relieving. So thank you to all the people that do that. And thank you for considering it tonight. All right, everybody. Tonight we're talking episodes 3 and 4 of season 1 of The Good Place. And they're both named after people. The first one's named after Tahani Al-Jamil. And both episodes are named after characters, but not after Chidi, who opens the episode at the board. He's at the big board. He's teaching Eleanor Ethics 101. Professor Chidi Anagonye. And on the board is Socrates, 470 BCE to 399 BCE. Plato, a student of Assus, a student of Socrates or Socrates. I wonder if Bill and Ted on their excellent adventure, I don't really remember it, but they brought Socrates back, I think. Plato, 428 BCE to 347 BCE. And then Aristotle, who's a student of Plato, 384 BCE to 322. Let's see if I can figure out some of these ages. 70 minus 470 minus 399 is 71, so that's an easy one. 428 minus 347. What is that? 53. Wow, they lived a lot of ripe ages. 53 plus 28 is like high in the 80s, I think. 70, yeah. 72 or something. And Aristotle, 384 minus 322. So not quite 40 would be 62. 60 would be 80. So 60, it's still not too bad. 62, Aristotle. Holy mackerel. I guess that was an age of enlightenment. But really, I hope you're watching these episodes because there's really some good humor in here. And a lot of details. There's other things on the board, but Cheaty's standing in my way right now. But Eleanor has her notes, and she has a picture. If I really didn't notice this for 2 or 3 times. There's a drawing of Cheaty on her legal pad, but she's reading the note that she was left that you don't belong here. And not even, I don't have time to do screen caps, but I'm pretty sure he's saying blah, 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 blah. Like in a word bubble. Let's see. Founder of Western Philosophical Dialogue. Luster Virtue. I don't know what that says. Probably not Luster Virtue. Probably Virtue, though. A few other things to notice. There's a wooden driftwood sculpture in the in the house, the home. Tahani comes in with a big plant tree. It has it looks like actually it's 2 plants. Technically, it's a tree with a flower. It could be a gardenia. I don't know if that's a tree or a bush. And then below it has some sort of a fern or moss. So probably a really good air scrubber. And she gives that to Eleanor as a gift. Also, you can see when she leaves that she is very tall. And I said, even as this is some sort of purposeful thing, the way they shot it. I don't know what this means. 12:02, 2:02. Oh, no, this is something we needed to pause. 2:02 or something. Let me see if I can go back. Oh yeah, there we go. Around 1 minute 22 seconds. You get a really good picture of this sketch clown, as I'm calling it. It's definitely something based on another famous artist who I can't think of right now. And again, really creative. And I'm just noticing also, now that I have it paused, so you have the sketch clown to the left of the front door, over Eleanor's left shoulder. Kind of like an impressionist character. I can't say that word. Caricature, caricature without the middle thing that I'm fumbling. But there's also some sort of, on her entryway table or shelf, there's some sort of thing. It could be a lamp. It has a lot of fuzzy material on it, though, and it's gray. So it could be a sculpture. It could be some sort of high-tech doorbell, and it could be a lamp that's not on currently. Wooden driftwood sculpture, where a sketch clown. Oh, Cheaty's got one of, I couldn't think of what these things are called. I did afterwards. I called it a neck sweater. With a jacket over it, kind of a beige neck sweater. But I think they're really called turtlenecks. There's a great shot of brilliant physical humor when he's rendered speechless in this scene. And you really see the level of acting when you're watching it on mute, making a sleep podcast, even his posture. Then we have a scene with Janet, more casual, Michael Spars. It's a more casual Janet with some of the joking, which is funny. Michael Spars, he has understated blue tie and pocket square. And the pocket square has some highlights that match his lighter blue tie. Maybe a periwinkle on the tie. I'm not ready to say that, though. More of like a gray blue. And he does have the black buttons on his shirt. Again, it just adds to the look. Like if you have French cuffs, when you have French cuffs, do you have French buttons too? And do you buy a shirt that way? You say, well, that would be confusing to me. Well, buying a French cuff shirt, but does it need a French chest? Like, do you call it a French chest? I mean, I don't know what a French chest is. That probably sounds like something like a duck prepared a French chested duck prepared two ways. But otherwise, I wouldn't mind having a French chest, or I guess a chest you got in France would be a French chest. Subtle though, unlike my humor. There's roses on the table. Chidi also in the scene, you see, he's qualified to do Sleep With Me. As he goes on a few tangents, and they're talking about getting Chidi some new hobbies, which will be one of the through points of this episode. Janet uses the term hump day. And then this was unintentional, but I put Tahani's got a big globe, which she does in her house. And I said, is it leather or some sort of, I couldn't tell. Eleanor rolls in with a bushel of pears with a green present bow on it. You know, the kind with the sticky, where you pull it off and you just stick it on the top of a present. I guess that's not, is that a bow? It's made from ribbons, but it's a bow, but it's not a tied bow. Though somebody had to tie it, but it's really stapled together. And that was green, but the pears go in the garbage. Get a couple nice views of the globe. But actually, this is interesting. Tahani actually lounges, kind of like a painting. I'm not sure whose painting it would be. I want to say a Vermeer, but I'm not positive who was doing a lot of lounging. Clothed or unclothed. I'd have to bust out my Berger and see what he has to say about this. But she actually lounges instead of sitting or lying. She has I don't know what a chaise lounge is, but her thing, she has more of a sofa or some sort of chair, and she actually lounges in it. And you probably know if you're a classical, if you're from the, I guess this would say, well, people in the Gilded Age should lounge, but I'm thinking of the Age of Enlightenment, or maybe I'm getting the Renaissance mixed up in there somewhere. But she's lounges, which looks very both classy and relaxing. And I say, well, that's a look. That's I guess from the intentional side of the show, brilliant. And they're going to have a little bit of bonding time. Then we're back at Eleanor's. We see her coffee table with Tahani's tree on it. Chidi's either having tea or coffee out of a very modern teapot. And one thing about the Good Place you should know, you better like tea or like teapots, because there's a lot of them and that I've been noticing. And this one is all glass or plastic. It's like a teapot within a teapot, like blown glass within blown glass or something. There's also like a long bowl thing. I don't think it's actually a bowl, but it's the kind of thing you would put your wallet and your keys and your paper in when you come in, or it holds wicker balls. Like that's the only reason. It couldn't hold anything, couldn't hold chips because it's kind of shaped like a skiff would be, like a long and shallow. So I think the only thing it could really hold is wicker balls. Those decorative wicker balls we talked about last week. And I also put CRAP like that. What does this say? Oh, scene ends on Eleanor's plan. She has a plan, which you got to watch the show. Oh, to bust Tahani. There's her plan. Spoiler. Okay, then post there's a willow tree. I didn't know if it was a weeping willow. And again, they're in a botanical garden. This seems like the Chinese garden part of the botanical garden. And then I said, is this a Portland Botanical Garden? And I was trying to think if again, I'll have to look up the LA area Botanical Gardens. And some nice work by the extras here. There's a couple on a date in the background, and the guy is hiding the flowers behind his back while Tahani and Eleanor walk. And I liked that. Tahani also has a big hat. It didn't seem protective, though. Like that it would cover, like block the sun from her ears and everything. It was more of a decoratively big hat. She also mentioned that she's Baz Luhrmann's muse, and this is where she says the proper pronunciation of her last name, Jamil. So Tahani Al-Jamil, which I'm probably messing up, even though I tried to write it out and re-listen to it a bunch of times. And she says, ironically, my name means congratulation, beautiful. Then we have a flashback about Andy's Coffee, which I didn't want my childhood name associated with. Then at 8 minutes, we get a scene with Janet, Michael, and then about 8 minutes, we get a scene with Janet, Michael, and Chidi up a view from above, I guess, of the good place. And you can kind of see mountains in the distance. There's a big lake. A good place is like seems a little bit too Hamlet-esque, like a French countryside. It's on the bottom right, and I said, I don't know if I got that French countryside. I mean, there's a European. If you go on the Hollywood tour, you'll learn this. It's like a very European town center. It does look like it probably has decent swimming, and we do see one of the beaches later, but there's lots of beaches. And I said, it looks like it may have good swimming. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, if it's a good place, it should have good swimming. And she's just great, like incredibly funny joke writing with Chidi and talking about some of the things he deals with. And then Janet, this is one of my favorite, is when she's doing her fun facts. So it's that aren't very fun. Those are all at 8 minutes. And she says, a fun fact, a wheelhouse is part of a boat. A fun fact, Janet is me. Tahani's rolling with maple butter scones in an old school picnic basket. And I guess they're delicious. Then we go to a new hobby for Chidi. Michael says, extra, extra. Chidi Anagonye to assume position of editor-in-chief. And there's just a lot. Here's the article you'd write about you. Really funny, different things. It's the Picayune Gazette. Good Place Neighborhood 1259 or 1234567 the cost is $3. Sport team wins medals. Check. Clocks looked mixed up on all the times. Also, there's some humor that was so tough to watch with a 10-year-old, but it was funny. Tea and lots of cakes, like the kind. This is like evening at Tahani's house. There's actually cucumber or finger sandwiches or something. Like a piano, I think some of the cakes or the cookies were what we would have at our piano recital, or what you'd imagine at least. And Tahani's got to go take her orchid bath, I think. The diary of Tahani Al-Jamil. Jamil. It has gold foil leather cover. Then there's arc welding. There's a notice on the walls that says, have fun, ! What is this? It's a mess, dude. To me. There's also a sign that says, make something cool. 2 weeks. I don't know what any of that means, but just really funny. Chidi's like, this isn't for me. These are... these hobbies aren't for me. I'm a intellectual, or I don't know. He's a ethicist, I guess. Then he gets back to Eleanor's. He's feeling down. This is another a great scene. He's feeling down, And he says, Eleanor, am I a good teacher? She says, yeah, I'm super ethical now. Meanwhile, she says she has the diary under her shirt. And the plant hits the road, Tahani's plant. Cheaty and cactuses pre-ad. I don't think that's cactus. Oh, yeah, it is. To his left, there's a cactus. A couple small cactuses on a wooden, I guess that's your Norwegian Icelandic style or whatever. Icelandic primitive. Even though Tahani's plant didn't make it, the moss did fine, or the fern or whatever. And then he says, to be good, you need to do good things, not something, throw sand. Don't throw sand. And the good place, me fasting, infallible formula. I don't know what me fasting means. MEEFSU ting is what my handwriting says. But it's probably something they're talking about, infallible formula. Then there's a flashback to Eleanor trolling her boyfriend at the time. She does have a bowl in her apartment for her keys and her mail, which she puts in. This was a really actually a heartwarming scene and important, I think, for the story. Eleanor and Cheaty are sitting side by side. And Eleanor admits that good people make her feel insecure. And Cheaty says, well, don't listen to me. My life's work makes no sense. And Eleanor says, Michael does not know everything. And she says, Cheaty, you're a good person. You're good at teaching ethics. It had a big revelation at 1640 from last week's episode, too. The plastic a deconstructed clown sculpture I was talking about that's in the Pyrex container or whatever that thing's called, the plastic. I'm not sure it is a sculpture. It's even better. So if you tune in at 1640, it's kind of like a shadow clown sculpture. So there's a light projecting on it. So then there's a shadow of a deconstructed clown on the wall. Then Cheaty's in Michael's office. I'm not sure if Michael's pawn sculptures have been moved to the other side of his desk or not. There's some sort of white floral candle or jar sculpture. Honestly, man, new beginnings, Dre returned. Tahani's sad. I don't know. So honesty, man, new beginnings. The diary gets returned. And she's talking about Jianyu. And then Eleanor and Tahani have a relatable moment. And Eleanor makes Tahani giggle cry. And she says, even your hugs are amazing. Then Eleanor goes home. She gets another hug from Cheaty. The tree has regrown. And she says, you're a good teacher. He says, you're a good learner. Okay, this handwriting's pretty bad. Eleanor is gathering. Oh, she's at the conservatory eating, at the garden conservatory, eating, what's that stuff called? Frozen yogurt. Oh, the conservatory's behind her. Janet is living her truth and creating her bliss. And Eleanor and Michael, something, Nave, Bowrand dots, bow tie, red dots, dark navy bow tie with red dots. Maybe if I go to the good place, my handwriting will be legible. Then a margarita square. I know that's not what that is. Magenta. Oh, it's magenta's pocket square. Then Eleanor is home. She gets a note, meet me at town. She goes to downtown, a good place. There's cobblestones. I notice the train station. There's, some mist. Jianyu's there. He's confident and calm. But these are early episodes, so don't read too much into it. And Eleanor says, please don't tell. He says, don't worry. I am fraction at home. And I'm fraction at home. Y-End. But actually what happens, I don't like, yeah, that's what he says. This is exactly what he says to her. I am, like, it's very, he says, I'm a fraction at home. Y-End. So a bit of a mystery. Hang out, cobblestones. I think maybe that's a song. Then 0002. So this must be the start of the next episode. The fountain is lit from below by blue lights. I liked that a lot. Playing on my screen is when Chidi hugs Eleanor. He's really good at giving a hug too. And the tree looks great. Let's see, blue lights. Jamie and Michael. He has a peacock tie. Oh, that must be Gianni, who's in Michael's office. Then he's telling Eleanor his theories about space zoos, prank shows. He talks about a boy, a DJ named Jason Mendoza, and times jet skis and manatees is a song he was famous for in Jacksonville, Florida. Amateur body spray inventor with powers of deduction. Also, I'm looking, this is still episode 1. Tahani has 3 different necklaces on, and it still looks good. I can't see it now because I just see on the side of her. Yeah, she has like an amber one. It changed scenes. Welcome to the bottom of the barrel. That's what Eleanor says to Jason. Then the episode opens. Then Tahani's gathering fresh orchids for her bath. Tie is a pastel plaid. At first, I changed this later. And this pocket square maybe has some sort of impressionist flowers on it. And they talk about the successful fundraiser Tahani did in Barcelona. She corrects Janet and says, Barcelona? No, Barcelona. She got 5 Gwenties, I think, or something. It's so packed with jokes, this show, you can't even keep up. But Michael loves the idea of suspenders. Oh, he loves the idea of wearing suspenders. 356, Tahani, sticky to 2 ways, man and woman flowers like Mozart seducing someone. Okay, what this is a chair at Tahani's house. I think Eleanor's there talking to Janu, and I couldn't tell if it was like embroidered or something, but it looked like into the chair, like a classical style chair you'd see at a castle or something. And it has a man and a woman in a garden. This is embroidered in there, whatever you call it, needle pointed. And I said, is that Mozart like seducing someone? Then Janu talks about a bud, places where buds hang. It's full of pizza boxes. It's got a beanbag chair. I think it was brown. And there's like a big remote control on one shelf. I said, is that for a car, a remote control car, or plane? And we learn a lot about Janu in this, or Jason, because he talks about what he says he misses being himself. And we see the kind of conflict between him being himself and the results he gets. And when he meets Acid Cat, a DJ, a super cool DJ, at a concert, and he's Jason, he's a DJ music, and he has a hat, and the guy says, hey, you're my same size, you can fill in as Acid Cat. Acid Cat's eyes have lights in them, the costume. He dresses up as a cat DJing. The Good Plants, the Good Plates, that's the restaurant Tahani's getting ready for. And to be reflected frank, to be perfectly frank, someone uses Chef Patricia, and Michael still has the same plaid tie as earlier, but I said it's less pastel and more spring colors. A couple of things from Chidi's big board of the self. Lao Tzu, knowing equals wisdom. David Hume, 1738. Book on a table called Good People, Tough Choices. David Hume, A Treatise on Human Nature, and Buddhist Theory of the Self. Those are all things Chidi was hoping to cover today. And then they hear some EDM, and we see a barefoot Jacksonville Jaguars fan in a number 5 outfit dancing. And Tahani comes in to get her afternoon gloves. She drops off her morning gloves, which are white. Those are her afternoon gloves. And she picks up her early evening gloves, which are navy, kind of dark blue. She also uses the phrase, a whisper in your snicker box, which I would love to know if that's in parlance anywhere, but it means keeping a secret, a whisper in your snicker box. So start using that. Say, is anybody keeping a whisper in their snicker box? I guess it makes me think of knickerbockers or those kind of things, but a whisper in your snicker box. She also says, my heart is soaring, which I found very melodious. Is the name, the memory, Janet, in background, up to 104% perfect. Oh, bud, a hole. So let's see, the more, the merrier, the more the memory. I don't know, she's talking to Michael, and Janet's in the background doing something, but Michael says, things can always be up to 104% and perfect here in the good place. I think we're back. Oh, so we're back at the butthole. We see, Jason has like this kind of sun globe. Then we have a flashback of Acid Cat Jason and his best friend Pillboy, where he again says, I gotta be myself, man. And then he introduces himself as Mr. Music, the DJ, to the crowd. And personally, I enjoyed the music. Ian is dancing, but I guess I already liked Jason. But the crowd does not like it. Then we're at the restaurant opening. That's what Tahani's been working on, the good plates. Michael's sporting a navy bow tie with some sort of stitching or imprint or something. And either a black, gray, or something pocket square. I put bucket square. There's a fireplace. There's a tea kettle above the fireplace. And they're having everyone's favorite meal or whatever, something they call it. And it's one dude, it's at 12:10. One dude has a fried chicken with gold foil on it. And there's a couple other good, there's a roast chicken. Let's see, what else do we have? This is at one table. There's a roast chicken. Somebody has like 2 cheeses and some sort of vegetables. Somebody else has some sort of, either another small roast. I guess it could have been cooked on liquid, too. Somebody else either has giant peanut M&M, a bowl of giant peanut M&Ms or gumballs. Chidi has his grandmother's mafe, which is fresh perch, slow roasted in peanut sauce. Also looks like it has like a bit of carrot in there. And even maybe that with crispy skin, maybe even. Then there's tofu. That's what Jason has. Oh, so the tofu doesn't go over well. Michael has his suspenders. He shows them off. He's very happy about those. They have like some sort of print, like the paramecium print. I can't remember what that's called. I know it's a thing. It's called something else, but I almost remembered it. But I used to call it, I used to always call it the paramecium print anyway. Oh, that's when I saw the carrots in the mafe. 3-something orchid. Oh, 3-tiered orchid cake with gold print and pink ribbon on it. And then this dude starts to tell a podcast level chicken soup story. But they fade out of that and they cut into Chidi and Eleanor talking about using chocolate cake as a distraction. And then they fade back to the chicken soup story. And the dude telling the story, of course, has a much better ending that is exciting. Like how chicken soup saved the world. Or I was inspired by chicken soup to do something great. Chidi tells Eleanor she broke everything. Also, like Eleanor has a really sweet leather jacket on. Not at dinner, but after dinner. Then we're right back at Jacksonville at the harbor with Pillboy and Jason. And again, he's talking about being himself. I should be myself. Jason Mendoza. Beautiful, unique soul. And then they deal with the Acid Cat 3, one of Acid Cat's 3 boats, or the third version of Acid Cat's speedboats. So that was fun. Then Michael is dealing with the sinkhole VR map on his desk, or above his desk, to the left of his desk, maybe. And notice he has a black leather patent. I don't know what patent means, but like a black leather Post-it holder or a sticky note holder. Fanciful wordplay. Then we're in Jason's bud room, and I said, is that a vacuum cleaner there? And there's a purple tapestry on a frame. And he says, I didn't get into heaven to go to school, dudes. And if you when you walk into Eleanor's house, though, just to the right is what is this? A final dove when you first come in. Fishtail dove. There's a raised cabinet with 3 plants in it. It's a planter. And it has rocks. It's waist high, like right to the wall, like almost like a wall, but it's only about 4 feet long. And it looks really good, but I was wondering if it had any utility. Like maybe there's a cabinet in the bottom, but I guess if you're watering the plants, you wouldn't want to put anything in the cabinet if you're like me, because I would over or underwater. Then they talk about ethics and different ways of saying that word. And so let's get cracking. And Jason says, well, when do the football tryouts start? And does the school have a prom? Which was very endearing. And Eleanor says, thank goodness. I've always, it's good to have, when you're not doing well at school, I can tell you this, it's good to have partners. And so Eleanor's finally like, well, if I'm at school, it's pretty good to be at school with someone like Jason, who's a little bit distractible and not as focused on, he's not results oriented. He's about being himself. There's also, like, I forgot if Jason's jokes about being a DJ in Jacksonville, Daytona, Tallahassee, Tampa, even. Even Miami, because he believes in himself. And I guess it was funny. I thought it was also like he sometimes says these transcendent things, like a beautiful, unique soul. So that scene comes to a close. And then there's a scene downtown or whatever at the town center on the notice board, which is like a notice pole. It's a kind of an octagon. What is it got? 6 sides. Maybe it's a septagon or something. And Tahani's posting a poster for the good plates. But there's also a train your cat tricks advertisement. There's a coupon for GDPY, the Good Places Best Yogurt, 100% off, ends never. There's a massages. I can't read the rest of the ad, though. Thing up. Food's so good it ripped a hole in the earth is what it says for the good plates, which is pretty funny. And her poster, of course, looks the best, too. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can see any of the other ones. Also, number 5 on the Jacksonville Jaguars is Blake Bortles, which I think Jason says his name at another point in the episode or one of these episodes. There's a couple other ads, but the scene moves so fast. So again, there's always hidden cookies in this. And then Tahani goes back and looks into the sinkhole. And she says, wait, it's getting a little bit bigger here. We better get, what's happening? And with that, the episode comes to a close. I also looked up Whisper in Your Snicker Box, which it doesn't really have any, it just has discussions about The Good Place on there. But I think it's pretty, like, your Snicker Box would be your mouth that you eat Snickers with. Or if you're snickering, I don't know if that's a word, snickering. And whisper means you're whispering with your mouth. You've got a whisper in your mouth that you're whispering when I'm not paying attention. A few other things to think about would be, are you going to make mafe? Yeah, because that sounds pretty good. Perch it sounds like it's tasty. I would, I guess if I had a choice between a bowl of gumballs or peanut M&Ms, I'd choose peanut M&Ms every day of the week. Here's something I haven't tried. Maybe I'll try this soon, is to get Reese's Pieces and peanut M&Ms. Like, support both. I don't know if they're still separate companies, but I definitely prefer Reese's Pieces, but I prefer peanut M&Ms. No offense to any of the other products out there, but that's just where my loyalty falls when I'm loyal to buying stuff. I did have some recent Reese's Pieces within the last 2 or 3 months. And I said, holy cow, I can't believe I haven't had these in a while. They're so delicious. So I guess if you're still with me here, start to think about you're a day of wearing gloves if you were Tahani or some other classy character. You would have I guess you'd wake up with the gloves you put on for bed, which would probably be some sort of moisturizing glove, or part of the purpose. Then you put on your morning breakfast gloves, I guess. Or would you eat breakfast and then put on your gloves, your morning gloves? You could need morning gloves too, depending on what the activity is. Then your lunching gloves. I'm sure if you're doing any lunching or brunching, I think brunching gloves would probably be, those would say decorate the heck out of those. Lunching gloves, your lunch might have a purpose, so you probably don't want those to be distracting. How about at snack time? I have some these are my munching gloves. Those are actually, Cheetos or Doritos, think about inventing those munching gloves. Then you don't got to worry about that orange stuff. And maybe they could be made out of a snack, some material that you see. Well, you could still snack on it. You just don't have to snack on it. You just snack on the glove. So those would be lunch and not late. What are those munching gloves? How about this? Was there ever Monchichi gloves? Did Monchichis ever wear gloves? You could clip one to your glove. And then there's afternoon gloves. There's so many silky gloves, too, to be thinking about in bed. A pillow made of gloves. If you're a bespoke pillow maker, I guess you could have a pillow stuffed with gloves. That's right. Or a pillowcase made of gloves, but neither of what I said. But you could still say that, a pillow made of gloves. And I guess that could be like a gift for Father's Day, like one of the ones that never gets used. You'd say, well, yeah, what's your father's career? We'll make a pillow made of gloves based on their career. That could be something you'd think about. So slide on those gloves, those sleeping gloves, and slide your hands under your pillow or around your snuggle pillow, or your body pillow, or your pillow pet, or your stuffed animal, or your blanket. Dig in there, get comfy, get cozy, and good night. All right, but here's a Tuck You In message from our sponsor, Helix. Be sure to take that quiz at helixsleep.com/sleep and stay tuned for an amazing discount, too. Because, right now, it's that colder season, and there's nothing I love more at night, or there's nothing I love more in the morning than getting in or staying in my wonderful Helix bed. I know when I'm going to bed, I'm going to get in a good night's sleep because I'm going to be comfortable. I sleep on my side. I sleep on my stomach. I know the bed is going to work for my needs because I took the Helix quiz just at the end of last year got matched with a Helix that fits how I sleep and what I prefer. You know, I got one with all the different features just so that I don't overheat and so that I have the support I need. And this is my second Helix. Unfortunately, I couldn't take the Helix with me when I moved, but it was actually good because some of my sleep habits had changed, and I was looking for something with a bit more support. And then I took that Helix quiz, which you could take right now at helixsleep.com/sleep. See what mattress you get matched with, and just start to imagine being cozy and warm in a bed that fits you, how you sleep, what you need, what's going to be comfortable for you. And I'll be in my Helix at the same time, comfortable and cuddled up. Oh boy, I think I'm going to go get back in bed. The Helix quiz makes buying a mattress so easy. Plus, you get to do it in the comfort of your home. What could be easier than that? The Helix is also an award-winning mattress brand, tested and reviewed by experts at Forbes and Wired. It's seamless delivery right to your door, free shipping in the U.S., and they have the Happy with Helix guarantee. You could rest easy with seamless returns and exchanges. The Happy with Helix guarantee offers a risk-free, customer-first experience designed to ensure you're completely satisfied with your new mattress. There's a 120-night sleep trial and a limited lifetime warranty. And Helix helps you sleep better. A study they ran found 82% of those involved saw an increase in their deep sleep cycle while sleeping on a Helix mattress. And here's the deal. This is why you got to take that quiz right now. Go to helixsleep.com/sleep to see the latest offers for Sleep With Me listeners. That's helixsleep.com/sleep for current offers. Make sure to enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. That's helixsleep.com/sleep. Thanks, everybody.